Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Real Housewives of Atlanta. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some housekeeping, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me, free to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous Tea, free to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast, free to follow me on the Tickety Talk as long as 47 allows it for the next couple of months at Anonymous Tea Podcast, free to follow me on the Instagram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality Tea, free to share everywhere. Copy repost the link so that it gets out to all these people, free to comment and like and all of the things. So let's get into it, y'all. So we need to talk because Kandi Burruss is talking once again. It is pressed, is stressed, is crashing out once again over Phaedra Parks. Cannot say this woman's name. I still don't understand the hypocrisy of it all, the double standards of it all. How you can be thick as thieves with Portia, but have so much venom for Phaedra. My thing is either you're cool with both or you're cool with none of them. You allegedly had Phaedra banned from the show for over 5 seasons. So why now are you trying to, fall on the sword for Kenya, the same Kenya that you were being shady and messy with when Phaedra had beef with Kenya, but because you and Phaedra fell out, now you are BFFs with Kenya, who, oh, by the way, is also cool now with Phaedra. Everybody in the cast that allegedly had such an issue with RAPE Gate is all cool with Phaedra again, is all back to hanging out with Phaedra again and all of this noise. So nonetheless, but you. Right? And so I'm saying this because here we are regarding the following. The following is, you're mad. I guess this might have been your Amazon Live or whatever that you said this. So you read a comment that basically was like, it was shade to Kenya not being in the cast photos. Those of you who don't know, the trailer for season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta has dropped. And, Kenya's nowhere. She's in the trailer, but she's nowhere to be found in the cast photos. And so, basically said that the shade was clear as day. Kandi is all like, I'm glad you said it because I was going to say it myself. And out of all the things I was pissed about, I personally felt like Kenya started the season off right. We know that, that's not how the season will play out, and we don't know what's going to be edited out or what's going to be included or excluded or whatever, but the other friends of the show had pictures, and then she quickly wanted to make it known that, oh, this is no shade to Cynthia. Cynthia had a pic. I love her. This is no diss to her, da-da-da-da-da. But, why wouldn't you put Kenya in the pic? Y'all tripping. Y'all don't know, what to say about this. I am too through. I am biased. I love me some Kenya. It bothered me. But then you threw somebody else, who she's talking about, Phaedra, at the end of the clip, honey, for a sexy twerk session. And I was like, really? Really? Okay. For 2 seconds, but you put Kenya, who filmed half the season, right? Are you kidding me? The disrespect when people mess up, when people do something offensive to some people. I don't know if you're upset about something that she did. Just throw away all the magic she's giving y'all all this time. You still used her. She's still in the trailer. You could have still taken a pic. So here's my thing. And I've been transparent about this. I was always against the RAPE Gate storyline. I felt, Phaedra was wrong. I felt Portia was wrong. I felt that they either should have made the decision to fire both, or if people, I felt like it was too muddy. And I felt like this was the beginning of the end of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because my issue was, even if Phaedra wasn't coming back, you needed a resolution to the storyline, because Portia got a lot of the smoke that Phaedra should have got, and it made everything awkward. It made the storyline incomplete because you didn't film a final scene with Phaedra. Now, some people say Phaedra was, fired or whatever else, but Andy Cohen basically said that the cast banded together to refuse to film with Phaedra. that they refused to film with Phaedra and wanted no parts of this. And then that's what ended up, Nene coming back, right? Because then you can bring back Nene on the show. And everybody just, went after Portia. So my thing is this. Actions have consequences, Kandi. And if what is being alleged about Kenya is true, that she was trying to do some type of play on revenge P of sorts and put out somebody else's intimate photos or intimate videos out there at a cast event without consent, without the person's permission, that is out of bounds. That is out of order. And I'm glad that Bravo, that NBC Universal, that Peacock stepped in and said, not on our watch. Something that the OWN network refused to do when it came to Martell trying to distribute Revenge P on his ex-wife. And the irony that I bring that up is because Kenya was the same person that previously was going, defending Mel, calling out Martell's trifling behavior and him having the audacity to put Revenge P on his wife. And the moment that you feel a certain type of way about one of these new girls on the show, you think of the lowest thing that you could do to embarrass and humiliate somebody is trying to find an alleged sex tape or an alleged, moment where they're intimate with somebody else. And you think that that's going to be the smoking gun. And I just don't understand what y'all rationale is of humiliating people with intimate acts, with all these things and all of this and that. And then Kandi, you were pissed off about all of this, right? You're trying to make light of, you're now disgusted that Phaedra is twerking, but you were okay with that stripper that, was on for your bachelorette party that Phaedra hired. You were okay with the sex dungeon of it all. All of that was fine, right? All that was fine, and then all the nonsense with Bolo for Cynthia's bachelorette party and all the things, all of that was okay, right? All of that was good, right? Because it wasn't you that was being the recipient of it, right? Because, what happened with the Bolo thing, it turned into this big scandal, like, oh, did Portia and Tanya, do something with the stripper and everything else, which to this day, we still have no actual concrete receipts on what did or didn't actually happen, right? But nonetheless, I say all that to say, when it's somebody else, whether it is something under the lines of any type of sexual, scandal or deviancy or misconduct or whatever, you have no problem. In fact, when your own friend, Tiny and T.I. were being accused of SA and everything else, you had no problem. You went to bat for them and said there was nothing going on, regardless of whatever evidence and things came out. You said it was all a lie. But you draw the line when it comes to Phaedra. And when it comes to yourself, you can see the wrong, but you cannot see the wrong when it is somebody else that you are now aligned with and you are friends with. And I'm just trying to make it make sense. If RAPE-gate is wrong against you, why isn't Revenge P wrong against somebody else in the cast? Like, I'm just confused. Why are we putting up intimate photos and things, allegedly, of another cast member at a whole cast event full of strangers, full of all these people who don't know who Brittany is, and you putting all of that out on display? Trying to embarrass her and humiliate her. And I don't know if, this was an ex or what the situation or what the circumstances was, but if she's got somebody new she's seeing or dating or married to or whoever, and you're trying to do that and blow up her spot all because you feel a certain way about the new girl in the show, and there wasn't a better read or a better drag that you can come up with somebody new on the show, and Bravo decided to step in and put Kenya on ice, and you have an issue with it? But you had no issue with Phaedra being banned for Real Housewives of Atlanta for 5+ years. And you made it a note to tell Bravo it's either her or me. And you made it a point to say if Phaedra ever came back on the show, I was done. Which one can argue now that you are done, Phaedra is back. But I always knew that was going to be the play. I always knew there was going to be a way that Phaedra was going to be back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because they were putting in, Bravo never had the issue with Phaedra. They fired Carlos King. But when you think about it, Phaedra was still very much a part of the Bravo family. She was still being featured on Watch What Happens Live. She was still being featured on other reality shows. Everyone else still had a good relationship with Phaedra but you. But it was you that said, no Phaedra on Real House of Atlanta. It's me or her. And now that she's back, you got all this stuff to say now. You got all these things that you're mad about for her being in a quote-unquote 2-second clip and getting, a cast photo and getting, confessionals. Here's the thing. I don't care if Phaedra's in for one episode or for one scene this upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. The bottom line is, just as much as you say that Kenya brings magic, so does Phaedra. Love or hate Phaedra, there is something polarizing about her that get the people to tune in. Now, unfortunately, that didn't work on Married to Medicine because Married to Medicine is doing too much, trying to be like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's where they went wrong. So, nonetheless, they didn't get to reap the same benefits of Phaedra. But nonetheless, with both Portia and Phaedra back, and Cynthia back, hopefully the season's good. Hopefully it brings a different and fresh dynamic to the show. But nonetheless, Kandi, I'm going to need you to keep the same energy. Why aren't you going to hold your friend Kenya accountable? Oh, because she's your friend? And this is the problem with stan culture, y'all. Stan culture is, I don't care how disgusting, how deplorable of something you said and did to somebody is, I'm going to ride for you at dawn no matter what. But if it's done to me, I'm going to make sure that everybody who is involved pays for it. I'm going to make sure everybody is held accountable. Well, Kandi, you can't be a hypocrite like that. Revenge P is wrong across the board, trying to humiliate somebody, saying that somebody tried to DRUG you and had a sex dungeon and all these things with RAPE gate, and you come to find out Phaedra allegedly was behind it, even though Phaedra allegedly claims that this was all Carlos King. Per the several articles that reference, what really went down, that apparently it was edited out, that Phaedra called out Carlos King, that this was all Carlos King's big scheme to set up to get back at Kandi and Todd for whatever business venture and whatever else was allegedly the real tea, but we'll never know. But it was also brought up in a book as well, that was the real reason. That's what it was said, that allegedly that's what a producer confirmed. But nonetheless, Kandi, I'm just going to need you to keep the same energy. So my thing is, you're going this hard at Kenya. And you had the opposite reaction towards your real friend, Phaedra. To somebody you were thick as thieves with at one time. But it's such an issue now. It's such an issue. Like, can somebody make it make sense? It's such an issue, but you still hang out with Phaedra, or not Phaedra, you still hang out with Portia. You still hang out with Portia, who was the main one that said everything on camera. And you hate Phaedra to the core. But you were just hanging out with Portia, last week? And you've hung out with Portia on several occasions. Y'all been to the Hawks game together. Y'all been at people's houses, having different game nights together, and all the different things. You have no smoke for Portia, which leads me to believe that there's something else there with Portia. That you're willing to easily forgive her. You're willing to easily, continue to bake bread with her, but Phaedra is where you draw the line. But now all of a sudden, you don't feel it's fair of what's being done to Kenya. Can somebody make it make sense to me? So there is that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.